98% of Americans are one missed paycheck away from a full-blown identity crisis. Not because they're dumb, not aptors because they don't work hard, but because they've been playing a financial video game on the hardest difficulty setting, without Tay Broke ever reading the instructions. Chapmukantikal CC or Deliv 1. Beat as somebody making $40,000 a year and somebody making $400,000 a year can both be flat broke on the same Tuesday. Wild, right? By the end of this video, you're sewing to know exactly why that happens, and more importantly, how to make sure it's never. You stick around because Chapter 4 is the one that's actually going to make you mad, in a good way. Let's get into it. Let's kill the biggest myth first. More income fixes broke. It just makes your broke fancier. This is called lifestyle inflation. Every time your paycheck goes up, you're spending sprints to catch up like it's being chased by a dog. Get a raise? Suddenly you need a nicer car. Get a bonus? Suddenly the Vegas trip makes sense. Congratulations, you've just given your money a passport and a boarding pass straight out of your bank account. Here's the funny part. Studies on lottery winners show a huge chunk of them end up broke again within a few years. You could hand some people $1 million and they'd have a sub-zero fridge and a repo notice in the same mailbox. Being broke isn't an income problem for most people. It's a leak problem. Imagine your bank account is a bathtub. Doesn't matter how big the faucet is if there's a hole in the bottom the size of a golf ball labeled DoorDash. So Chapter 1 lesson. Income is the faucet. Behavior is the drain. We're going to fix the drain. Let's talk about the sneakiest villain in personal finance. He doesn't wear a mask. He wears athleisure and drives a leased SUV. Lifestyle creep is basically your life quietly turning into a subscription service. Streaming services, the gym you went to twice. DoorDash, a car payment that costs more than some people's rent. And none of it feels like a big decision in the moment. It's death by 1,000 paper cuts. Except the paper cuts are $14.99 a month. Quick comedic gut check. Go open your bank app right now. I'll wait. See a charge you don't recognize? That's not a mystery. That's a company that's been paying rent in your bank account since 2021. The average American has multiple subscriptions running quietly in the background, and most people can't even list them all from memory. That's the trap. It's not one big dumb purchase that breaks people. It's 15 small, reasonable ones. Here's the part that should genuinely annoy you. You spent 12 plus years in school. You learned the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. You learned the quadratic formula. Did anybody sit you down and explain what a credit score actually is, how compound interest works, or how insurance actually functions? No. You had to learn all of that from a TikTok, a stressed out parent, or worst case, a debt collector. This isn't an accident of bad luck. It's a systems problem. Banks, credit card companies, and buy now, pay later apps are not confused about human psychology. They know that if they make debt feel easy and invisible, people will use it. That's not a conspiracy theory, that's literally their business model. Profit from people not understanding the fine print. So when people say, must be nice about someone else's money, no. It's not luck for most of them. It's that some people got taught the rules of the game, and some people got handed a controller with no instructions and told, good one, hope you don't lose the house. That's exactly why financial literacy is the whole point of this channel. Let's get tactical. Here are the 4 things that quietly wreck almost everyone's finances. I call them the 4 horsemen of broke. Horseman number 1, no emergency fund. Without savings, every surprise, a flat tire, a dentist bill, your dog eating your car key, turns into a 5-alarm financial emergency that goes straight on a credit card. An emergency fund isn't about being rich. It's about not letting a $200 problem turn into a $2,000 problem with interest. Horseman number 2, bad debt disguised as convenience. Credit cards, buy now, pay later, payday loans. These companies are experts at making I can't afford this feel like I totally can, just in 4 easy payments. Debt at high interest is like running on a treadmill made of quicksand. You're moving, you're sweating, you're going nowhere. Horseman W's. No real budget. Most people don't budget because they think it means no more fun ever. Live like a monk. Wrong. A real budget is just telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went. It's the difference between driving with your eyes open versus driving blindfolded and hoping for the best. Horseman number 4, comparison spending. This is the silent killer. Buying things to look rich instead of quietly becoming financially secure. The person driving the $80,000 truck might have $47 in checking. The person in the beat-up Corolla might have 6 figures in index funds. You cannot tell who's actually winning by looking at their car. Here's the shift that changes everything. Stop asking, can one afford the monthly payment? And start asking, is this actually building my future? Or just performing wealth for people who don't even care? Rich people generally do a few boring, unsexy things over and over. They pay themselves first. Savings and investing happen before spending, not with whatever's left over. They let compound interest do the heavy lifting instead of trying to get rich overnight. They spend based on their actual numbers, not their feelings of a Friday night. None of this Icus glamorous. Nobody's making a movie called The Wolf of a Boring Roth IRA. But boring and consistent is what quietly builds real wealth, while everyone else is arguing about which credit card gives the best airline points. So here's your actual homework, right now today. 1. Go look at your last month of bank statements and circle every subscription and impulse buy. No judgment, just information. 2. Start an emergency fund, even if it's $20 a week. A small hole in the bathtub can't drain a full tub. 3. Follow this channel, because every video from here on is going to break down exactly how to build the habits and knowledge school skipped. You're not broke because you're bad with money. You're broke because nobody ever handed you the manual. Consider this channel your manual, then see you in the next one. And by then, you're already ahead of where you started today.